Hi, my name is Kevin Donlin. Welcome to this short video entitled 3 Most Important Email Marketing Tips I've Learned in 17 Years. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you the 3 essentials I've learned about writing effective email promotions since I began marketing by email back in 1994. Any one of these ideas could dramatically improve the results you get from any promotional emails you send to your clients or prospects, so please pay close attention. I want to show you the part about me, my marketing online for many years. This is a screen cap from 1995, a part of the internet called Usenet. This is pre-web, really. This is a Usenet group called BizTest, where you used to post test advertisements. I posted this ad to many other Usenet groups, which were all relevant. I was never a spammer, but here's an example of what e-commerce looked like in 1995. You laugh now, but this is all we had to do. And you would include an article here or an excerpt, and at the very end, this is the only place you could really do your selling on Usenet. Email below address for free details. This was telling people to send an email to this address, a very old email of mine, and then I would then market to them by email afterwards. So this was e-commerce circa 1995, and it's just an example of what I was doing back then. But I wanted to show you my credentials before we went any further. As I said, I've been marketing online since 1994, Usenet followed by the web in 1995 when I was very fortunate to become webmaster for FedEx.com. They were my firm's #1 client down in Memphis, and my bosses there at FedEx were some of the pioneers in online marketing. I was very fortunate to work for them for 3 years, and it was just a terrific time for me. Since 1998, when I founded my first company, I have been in one form or another a copywriter. I live by the words that I write, whether it's a sales letter in print or on the web or print ads in the Yellow Pages and other places. That's what I've been doing since 1998. And most recently, I'm the author of 21 Quick Ways to Get More Clients. You can find it on Amazon and also on my website. And if you're at one of my seminars, I usually sell it there as well. But that's what I've been up to recently. These are examples of the media that have featured me since 1998, sort of a montage of places I've been interviewed, and been very fortunate since 1994 to be marketing in one form or another. It's something I love, and I've learned a lot, especially in the area of email marketing. So I want to share with you right now, without further ado, the 3 most important parts of any good email promotion. #1, you may or may not be surprised to learn, is the subject. If the subject of your email is not immediately intriguing, your email simply won't get open and your efforts are totally wasted. This is, of course, what subject lines look like when you open up your Microsoft Outlook or whatever email program you're using. You have to remember, your email is never the only one in somebody's inbox. There are usually dozens other competing for attention. And these are examples of subjects. Now, I want to start by what not to do. And you can go through your spam folder and find examples like this, but these email subjects just won't get opened. I won't go into this part here, the improve your manhood, but urgent reply requested, you won $2 million. This stuff just doesn't work. All caps. We know what we don't like, but what do we like? What does get open? Well, I have found over the years, in 17 years of doing this, a simple tip is to include a RE. Also an FW, to stand for forward. RE stands for reply. If you start your email with RE, : it looks like it's a reply to something that the recipient sent. It's kind of sneaky, but it's perfectly legal, and it's ethical as long as you're sending them something that's going to be useful to them. Another tip, when you're writing your subject line, don't capitalize every word. You'll notice here I'm only capitalizing the first word. Sometimes none of the words are capitalized. This is how friends write to friends. We never send each other an email that looks like one of these, right? So you want to just keep in mind, if you were writing to a friend, what would your subject line look like? It's probably going to look like one of these. And surprise, surprise, I've had open rates of more than 25% for each of these. And anything over 20% is pretty good, and I've had them up to 45% and even 60% really. But these all had well over 25% open rates, and that's your baseline that you're shooting for. You want to get at least 25% of your emails open. So here's how to do it. Second in importance is the from line. Here's the subject. Here's the from. From is, who is this from? This is from a store that's a commercial entity, but the rest of these are from people. And you're typically going to open something from a person more often than from a store, unless you're expecting a package, which I was. The from line is nearly as important as the subject, as I said, and these two combined really determine whether you're going to open an email at all. we would much rather just delete these things and get on with our life. So really the from and the subject, they're almost equally important, but from is in my book secondary in importance. Here are some examples of emails that you're just probably never going to open if it's from a big dumb company or some Nigerian spammer. But here, these you're going to open because it's from a person, whether it's a friend that you know on a first name basis or someone else. People do not buy from companies. Guess what? They buy from other people at the end of the day. So you're much less likely to get your email opened if you're writing from your company than if you're just writing from yourself. If you work for a big company, I urge you to test one of your next emails and configure the from line so that it's from a person as opposed to from a company or from someone who resembles a spammer or a scammer. So these two elements are very important, the subject and the from. Number 3 in importance is news. By news, I mean use the news. Email is such a timely medium. Ideally, the content of your email should either offer news that readers can use or refer to a breaking news story. The more timely your news reference, the higher your readership is going to be, and the better the response to your email is going to be. Now, these 3 bullet points illustrate areas that I emphasized in just a single email. I was talking about Memorial Day, wedding season starting, and then I even talked about tornadoes, which had struck our area about 2 days before we sent the email. When you are timely and relevant in using news in your email, you're going to get higher readership of your email, and you're going to get better response. And if you notice this combination, Memorial Day and June 1st and tornadoes from Sunday, this combination of news references could never be duplicated. And that's important. You really want to write a fresh email each time that includes timely news references that can tell the reader, hey, this was an email created just for me at this time in my life, and it's going to get more readership. So this is an old trick I've learned, but perhaps it's new to you. I want to show you how this all adds up. This is a case study. This is a screen cap of part of an email I wrote, which was very successful for a client. We sent it around Memorial Day, but let's start with the subject. FW means forward. RE means reply. This I wrote to look as if it had been forwarded to the person from someone they know. And in fact, it's coming from someone who has a relationship to them. My client is a member of a bridal association. And so we're perfectly legitimate in doing this, but it's going to get open more. This looks like something that was written by a friend or an acquaintance. So here we've got the thing opened. We couldn't find their names, so I just said hi. If I had known the first names, we would have done an email merge and would have been hi Sally or hi Cindy. These were all women getting this. And again, this is timely, and I'm telling them how I know them. And I'm writing the rest of it in very short dribs and drabs. My paragraphs are typically no more than 3 lines long because people will be intimidated by long lines of text. Long copy can sell in an email, but it's got to be, it can't intimidate the reader, and this is not intimidating at all. Lots of white space here. And this worked very well for my client. How well? Well, here's what he wrote. He said, as of 3 p.m. today, had 3 phone calls and 23 email requests for assistance from 2,291 emails. And that was a 1.1 response rate. This was far better than the response we've ever had before. In recent years, we've been lucky to get 3 to 5 responses. Great work, in his words. If you do the math based on the update, because actually a few days later he told me that it was a total of 30 responses to that email. This is 500% better than his previous best email. So we did something really good here. And even sold a trip to Tahiti. One person purchased a honeymoon to Tahiti after reading the email. Imagine doing that with your email promotions. That's what can happen when you get all the elements right. And in my experience, in 17 years of doing this, these are the 3 most critical. Your subject, the from, and then using the news in your email. So I hope you found these ideas helpful. If you did, there's much more where that came from. I suggest that you go over to my website, clientcloningsystems.com, where you can claim your free special report. It's available for near instant download. You can be reading it about 2 minutes from now. You simply need to go to clientcloningsystems.com, click on the tab that says Free Special Report, and you'll be good to go. Thanks so much for your time today, folks. I hope you found these email tips helpful. It's taken me 17 years to learn them, and you can start using them today. For more information and to claim your free special report, please do visit clientcloningsystems.com. Thank you.